Hi, and thanks for joining me. In our previous video, we took an overall look at clefs and why we need to use them. In today's video, we'll be looking at the different clefs that are currently in use today. So here we are with the four clefs that we use today: treble, bass, alto, and tenor. And we'll get started by talking about treble clef. So here we are with the treble clef, pretty well known to most people, I think. This is the pretty standard placement of the clef on the staff. This curl right here shows that that this line right here is a G, and we do in fact often call this the G clef. This G we sometimes call the guide note for this clef. Using that, we can find any other note on the staff. If this is a G, this space will be an A, this line will be a B, and so on. This is the highest clef that is in current use. We use it for voices and instruments that are in a high register: soprano singers, flute, violin, trumpet, and things like that. And because this clef is always on the same place on the staff today, the terms treble clef and C clef are essentially interchangeable. And here we have the bass clef, of course, that which is best known to cellists and other instrumentalists and performers who use low voices. Anyway, this shows that this second line right here is an F. It's indicated by these two dots as well as the bulb here, all pointing to the fact that this is an F. That F is the guide note for this clef. So if this is an F, this space here will be a G, this line will be an A, and so on. Like the treble clef, the bass clef these days is pretty standardly placed right here on the staff. So again, the terms bass clef and F clef will be pretty much interchangeable. And as we mentioned, lower voiced musicians and performers will be using this clef. That includes things like male singers, the cello, bass, bassoon, tuba, and the like. The last clef is somewhat less known to the general public, and that is the C clef. It actually has two forms. The one seen here is called the alto clef. The point right smack in the middle here between these two curved sections is middle C. If this is C, then of course this is D, E, F, G, and the note that's actually shown here is an A. The instrument that is most commonly associated with this is the viola, although this clef does occasionally crop up in a few other cases, but it is kind of unusual. And here we are with our final entry. The same symbol, the C clef, when it's placed one line higher on the staff, becomes the tenor clef, as seen here. Of course, this is still a middle C as shown, and the other notes can be found accordingly. Notice that in this illustration, they did add these extra lines here. Of course, in normal music notation, those extra lines would not appear except as the very small ledger lines accompanying notes that are too far above or below the staff. This clef is used by the cello in some cases. I believe it is also used occasionally by the trombone and one or two other instruments as well. So many years ago, and I'm talking centuries, any of these symbols might have been placed anywhere on the staff, resulting in quite a large number of different clefs, and which probably caused the musicians of the day to have to work pretty hard to be able to read the music. But today there are really only four clefs in common use. If you have any questions or comments, please contact me through my website as seen here, or feel free to leave a comment on this video. Thanks again for joining me today, and I hope to see you again next time.